See, that says we. No, it says you are live, and not you are alive. I don't see.
They can't hear us. They can't hear us.
They can't. Oh, they can't even hear us. Can you hear
No.
now?
Yeah, I can
Can you
hear
hear
you now.
now?
It said no
My
audio.
stupid mic's not working.
Oh
Okay.
man, we got it
All right.
now.
All right. Christy is here. She's going to be one of our co-hosts. I was trying to talk to you, and I was like, going, "Can't you hear me?" And you're like, I'm like, okay, this is already not going well. All right, I sent Kevin the link already, but Christy's going to be one of our co-hosts now. Me and Kevin talked about it and thought it would be a great addition. So, um, so you're going to start seeing a lot more of Christy. So, let's see who's in here. Uh, Fletch, Sasquatch. Oh no, Squatchaholic.
Barb's on. Barb boots
Barb
on.
here, yeah. Even
Yeah.
Kevin's in here right now in the chat. Chris is here. Chris is done with his. Are you done with your camping trip? Let's see. I'm getting a text message. I think. Oh, wrong email. He says. So I sent him the wrong email.
Ooh ooh.
Is it the right? All right. Minor difficulties. Okay. Let me see. Oh, oh, okay. That is the wrong one. Gosh darn it. Okay. Let me go back. Hold on, everybody. This is my fault. Gosh darn it. There's
Shame
so many
on you.
emails that me and him send back and forth. I just try to pick one that we used and we do it that way. But all right, we'll see. All right, Kevin, I sent it. Sent it to the Hotmail. Oh boy, he's all silly. Was your camping trip spiritual? Did you guys get attacked by anything? Anything we need to know about? So do you guys ever expect Christy to come on here? I didn't never expect that to happen. Me and you were supposed to do this a long time ago.
We was. Yep, we
Yeah.
sure did.
Before me and Kevin even started doing this.
That's okay.
Yeah. But you were
The
already
more,
full explorer, that's why.
yeah, well, don't know what's up with Scott, but you know.
Yeah. But the thing is, they don't do it every week, but we do it every Sunday, and we have to do it maybe no matter what. So it's good to have 3 people because if Kevin's gone, or if I'm gone, or you're gone, at least there's still 2 people. You know,
Yep.
you're not stuck. You know, with one person going, oh, you know. And there's the man of the hour right here. Look, you're on the bottom. You're the guest.
Flipping the script, huh?
Right, see, you're the interviewee.
Hey.
I didn't think Chris would be here today because I thought he was still camping, but I don't know.
He may have signal where he's at. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Might be in one of them lucky little 2-foot areas. You know.
I wouldn't mind going out there camping with at his cabin. I would like to do that.
One of these days, I would love to get out to his cabin. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, we should all go out there just as a cabin party.
You know,
have a big pillow fight.
Yeah.
You're like, yep. Yep. All serious.
Yep.
You're like, why not?
I probably wouldn't be in the cabin much. I'd probably be out in the woods most of the time, but
yeah.
I mean, you guys can pillow fight all you want. I'll take a pillow with me and pillow fight Bigfoot, but I think he'd win.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. She got a Bigfoot's right there.
Yeah.
Pick which one you want to get whooped on by. That one or that one.
I'll take the Bigfoot, not the Dogman.
Yeah, I'll never do Dogman.
Oh yeah.
Dogman's scary.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about that hair sample that you got. Find out more about that.
What about it?
What did you find out anything if it was like a medulla inside or?
You know what? I think I need a stronger microscope. I got a 1600 times zoom microscope. I've actually got it right here.
Yeah.
I actually got this one just because it plugs into the laptop, and I can video with my phone as I'm looking at it through the microscope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not a hair analyst. It's definitely something living, for sure, because I know the ends are tapered.
Right. Yeah.
There's different thicknesses. I know that. You know, I mean, I know some of the basics. It's definitely not a deer. It's not a raccoon. It's not a possum. It's not a rat. It's 3 things. It's either human,
right,
a dog, because a lot of people do walk dogs out there. But let me tell you, that's going to be one shaggy freaking dog that dropped that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ed is going to be one shaggy dog, and I don't think I've ever seen any shaggy dog out there. Mm-hmm. And if I had a shaggy dog out in that heat, I wouldn't even take it out on them trails, because by like 9:30, it's almost 100 degrees.
Yeah. When I go trails, I take extra water for the dogs out there. Yeah.
Right. But Oscar's a short-haired dog.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're talking. I mean, the hair I measured was 6 inches, a little bit over 6 inches, and I'm sure there's probably longer ones in there.
Right.
But that was just from the clump of hair that I pulled out.
Yeah.
Definitely something living. It's definitely not something of the normal woodland creature, you know, possum, raccoon, deer, coyote, or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it was when I documented when I found it. I was actually videotaping when I found it, and I documented the whole collection of it. I can't tell you what the name of the video was called, but it was a few weeks before, quite a few weeks ago, 6 to 8 weeks, I think, probably a couple months. And it's been sitting in an envelope ever since then. I ordered a microscope and it wouldn't focus on anything. Contacted the seller. The seller said, we've had a lot of these complaints. I've got a new distributor. It's a different microscope. I'm going to send you one of these. And I said, wonderful. He's all, let me know if it works. And it worked flawlessly. I literally just plugged it into my computer and it came up perfect. It works flawlessly. But again, I'm not a hair analyst.
Yeah.
So,
I heard about the Bigfoot. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Do you know, Christy, if they have I thought the Bigfoots had broken up medulla, like you could see through parts of it, but not all of it. I don't know. I thought I heard about that, but
I heard about that as well.
I don't think it's like a what do you call it?
You know what?
Right?
If you look at that video from the hair analysis, that medulla is not solid.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's broken up.
That's how Sasquatches are, right, Christy?
It almost looked like a DNA segment. You know what I mean? Like how they do the DNA test and it comes out on the strip in different segment. That's what it looked like. And it was like,
Yeah.
Then I started looking at the thicknesses and I was like, okay, well, that one's really thick and that one's really thin.
Right.
And I do know that the two males, Fletch and the handsome feller, they're jet black. Absolute. I mean, they are blacker than black. Huh?
And that's what color you got, right?
That is what color I got.
I didn't see any other colors in it.
And I know that Mercy is red. I mean, like flame red. You know, like me.
Right.
And the other female that I call Mama doesn't really. I've only seen her once, but what I did, she was like a kind of like a tan color, more of a brown, not a red. And I've only seen her once, and I think she hangs out in a different part. I think I know where she hangs out, but she don't want nothing to do with me. And I think the Fletch and handsome feller just kind of are observers for Mercy and her interaction with me. So I think they're just running backup if they need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
here's a question for you. Does the hair have a smell to it?
You know what? I don't know how long it had been out there. It had been embedded in the dirt in one part of it. And that, to me, would indicate that it was when it rained. Because that dirt turns, I describe it as mashed potatoes mixed with super glue. You go out there after it rains and that dirt soaks up some of that water. You walk 50 feet and you got a 4-inch heel on your boot. You know what I mean? And part of that hair was stuck and embedded in the dirt. So it had been out there a little while, but it didn't smell.
Didn't smell.
Once I got it in the envelope, I did smell it. It didn't smell, so I'm assuming that clump of hair, because it had been out there for a while, the smell had probably worn off.
Oh yeah, not like the urine, right?
Yeah, and I know it's not synthetic. One thing that could cross my mind was synthetic hair, but synthetic hair is not going to have a tapered end.
Right.
It's going to have a flat end because they would have taken scissors and styled it on one of those mannequin dummies, you know what I mean, before they put it in the package and everything like that. Right. So this has a tapered end. It definitely came from something living, and that's about the extent I can tell you. You know, I still have a bunch of it sitting in the envelope. I mean, I just grabbed tweezers and grabbed the envelope and pulled some out and stuck it under the microscope. That's it. I mean,
Yeah, it
it's
looked
a
like
big
one
clump of
was
hair.
ripped out and the other side was tapered off. You could see it
Yeah,
like stretched and then it snapped.
right,
Yeah.
right. So I'm assuming maybe a clump of hair got under a foot or something,
Mhm. Yeah.
or maybe it was a clump that was already loose that got stuck in. I'm assuming it came from the foot area.
Right.
You know, um, a clump of hair got underneath the foot, mashed in the dirt like where it was,
Yeah.
and the dirt pulled it all the way off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you never know, huh? It could have been.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't belong to anything normal out there. That's for sure. Other than a human, a dog, or Fletch, or the handsome feller. That's it. Those are my options.
Yeah.
So
Well, that length, if it was a dog, it would have definitely had a trim at some time in their life. I know I would have cut my dog's or trimmed my dog's hair. You know, I wouldn't even bring my dog out there if they had 6-inch hair.
No, indeed not.
no,
Really dog.
you've been up there with me, Lewis.
It's hot.
That first hill we walk up,
Yeah.
that's damn near a 45-degree angle for almost 100 yards.
Yeah, I had to hold on to your belt.
Yeah, that right there. It's a horrible warm up. Let me tell you,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know.
it
That's
is a
what I was
horrible
thinking.
warm up. But everything after that is pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't take a long haired dog like that out there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But
And what about, okay, so I saw the video about the apple, the one that the rodents ate. Now,
yesterday's,
I was thinking in my head, all those other times that the apples came up missing, not once did you find an apple that was partially eaten or even crumbs anywhere that would show you that a rodent would have eaten it. So that tells me that if it was my spot, I would be telling me that either, Bigfoot took it or a person took it. I don't think a person's going to come out there every single time that you're putting apples out to take that apple, or a marble and not eat, and leave partial apples out there like a rodent ate it. That tells me a Bigfoot took it, basically, than having a rodent eat it and then leave crumbs or just partial apples everywhere.
that was the first and only time I've ever found that a rodent had gotten a hold of it.
Right. Yeah.
It's very typical. I mean, a coyote's not going to eat an apple. There's no way.
No, if they did, it would have ate the whole thing. They wouldn't have left partial, and they would have left crumbs too.
Yeah, that was an absolute rodent, a squirrel, a rat, or something. And we know that there's pretty big rats out there.
Yeah.
But that's a perfect example of what I would expect to find if rodents were getting into it.
Yeah.
And I would have seen that regularly.
Yeah.
So, and that's the first and only time. And I think, and this is just a theory, that I had filled the bucket, apple and banana and stuff like that. And a rat just happened to find it before Mercy got to it.
Yeah. So too.
I did save the other bag with the rodent. I actually have both bags still. You could probably, you can't see it, but I got the urine bag and I have the rodent bag, and you can definitely tell the difference where something had pinched it, pulled it apart,
right,
and where the rodent had chewed through it in different areas to get to everything inside it. And that's another perfect example of what I would expect a rodent, a raccoon, a possum, a squirrel to do. They're going to chew the bag open wherever the food is,
right,
to get it. You know what I mean? They're not going to stick their head in it, because then they would have a bag stuck on their head. you know. So
Yeah,
that probably wouldn't end very well. You know, easy picking for a coyote. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So they're not going to do that. They're, you know, animals are smart.
yeah.
You
I know
know?
foxes will eat apples. One ate mine, but only one apple though, and left the other one. So
They
they don't.
eat, yeah. They eat what they want and then they
Yeah,
leave.
yeah, but they didn't eat like they left crumbs on the ground, next to it. So
Right. You're going to
so
find a core. You're going to find
yeah,
remnants of where they chewed it and it fell out of their mouth. You know what I
right,
mean? I find none of that except for this last apple.
right. Yeah, that tells you a lot.
So,
You
you
know.
know, and I mean, woodland creatures, such as everything out there, they're not going to take colored rocks
Mhm.
and marbles.
No,
So,
Christy,
you
she's like,
know,
ah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah, no thumb.
thumbs.
Yeah,
So, thumbs, yep, you
yeah.
know, and for some reason, as for the colored rocks, they don't like the orange and the seafoam green rock. They
Huh.
only the pink and the blue.
That's crazy.
That's
Man.
it. The pink and the blue. Okay. Blue is a theory that everybody has. You know, I mean, they like the color blue,
Yeah.
probably because it resembles sky and water.
Huh.
Again, it's just a theory, but pink, I think because she's a girl.
Probably. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Huh.
And that's happened on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
Where only the pink and the blue have disappeared. So I don't know.
And that questions Christy being a girl. She likes blue. So I don't know. So
Yeah, blue
no.
is my favorite color.
Yeah. So that's why everything's blue. There's not the green for you, like Kevin. So
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I have this fascination with fluorescent green.
Yeah.
And
That's why it's always green, because he likes the green.
He
yeah,
likes the green.
yeah. But you're hosting tonight, and you get blue.
I'm just being special tonight.
Well,
Why don't you get to know more about him and me, about our stuff? You'll have a lot more questions. Trust me.
Yeah.
You'll get
Well,
to know it.
I do have a question for you with your experiment with your colors. How about have you tried anything with red? Anything red?
I actually
White?
put a jar of peanut butter out there with a
Mm-hmm.
red lid on it,
Oh yeah.
and they wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, I
I
heard.
put the top on really tight, and friend of mine, Ken King, said, no, you can't leave the top on tight. You got to unscrew it a little bit. That way, when they mess with it, they notice that, something's loose, and they could figure out how to get the top off.
Yeah.
So I went back the next weekend, and I unscrewed it halfway. They wouldn't have nothing to do with it, but they took rocks.
Yeah.
They took the pink and the blue colored rocks, but they took the apples. Didn't want nothing to do. Something to do with the plastic.
Hmm.
I think it's something to do with the plastic. Max Powers made a good point that plastic is a petroleum product and it gases off over time. It puts off a gas. And they might be able to smell that gas that it puts off.
Hmm.
So,
red also is from that from the trail cameras too. The IR light's red, and they don't like that color either, and they don't mess with that.
well, look at what happened to your trail cam.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame.
You're lucky you didn't walk up and see it in a million pieces with a heel print in the middle of it.
Well, thank God I didn't walk up there and he still had it in his hand. He'd jump off that mountain real quick.
Yeah. You'd be like that Simpsons episode where Homer takes off and all you see is just a dust cloud dissipate of Homer's
That's all you would see. My shoes
silhouette,
flying
Where'd Lewis go?
off.
Dissipates in halfway home already.
King King says there's no resistance with red to red.
I don't. Like I said, I think it has something to do with the plastic. I don't know. But again,
Otherwise,
he's in Arkansas. I'm in California.
They never take red apples, but that's food.
Mine
though.
do.
I don't know. It's food.
Mine take red apples. Mine take green apples. Mine take bananas. I mean, they take peanuts. They take, well, not peanuts. The rats got the peanuts, but the Chex Mix. So I'm pretty sure the rats got the peanuts,
right?
And one of them got the Chex Mix. So,
yeah,
different areas. I mean, we've discussed this and stuff. Different areas, different individuals.
Yeah.
Different stuff, different terrain.
Yeah.
They don't, they don't make these big giant structures and stuff like that out of these logs and everything.
Well, they drink blood. That's red, but I think
they hollow out bushes. You know what I mean? That's what they do. And where I'm finding all the hollowed out bushes is it seems to be very strategic where they put them and where trails converge.
Right.
Or they bend around to where they can see a long way down both sides.
Oh, yeah.
This whole place.
So wait, they take the bushes and
they get inside the bushes and they break all the branches off inside the bushes and lean them up inside to create this hollow cavity inside.
Yeah, his whole area is like that.
Kind of like an ambush setting.
Yeah. But you know what? This whole place started by accident. This whole COVID thing started. I got tired of sitting around at home and screw it. I'm going to go up to my local where I used to ride my mountain bike and I'm just going to go hiking. I need to get out of the house. I got to go do something. And that's when I started the local mountain series.
Yeah.
And I called it Exit 1. And I started finding all the, I don't walk on trail. I don't walk on the road. I'm walking next to the bush line.
Right.
And I'm starting to notice that there's a trail next to the bush line.
Yeah.
And occasionally that trail would go into a bush. And I start looking, it's like all hollowed out.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, when you're out there, you never see anybody off trail.
Never.
I went out there and I was looking for that too. And I was like,
ever. No one goes off trail because of the rattlesnakes.
Yeah. Only
except for only me. But I'm wearing gaiters.
Yeah.
I'm wearing gaiters. That's why when you were out there with me, I was always in front just in case something did happen.
Yeah.
At least I could say, hey, nope, stop right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Found a big barrel stuck way up in a tree, and then I went to Exit 2 and same thing, just walking along the bush line. And I was almost down at the end. You saw how short it was from where I park now to where it is. Right. I had gone to from the other way down and rounded this corner and it rattled my rib cage.
Yeah.
And it must have been 3 feet from me at that time.
Yeah. That's when you backed up.
Yeah, that one, I do remember that video. That one is local mountain series. Something growled at me in this spot.
Yeah.
I didn't run. I just moved away from the bush that I heard the growl from, probably about 8 to 10 feet. That's when I got out my phone and started filming. And I'm glad I did because I caught two. I got the big feller and I got Fletch. In the same video.
Yeah.
And Parkway actually spent almost a week on that video and he tracked Fletch. He tracked Fletch He'd send me. He spent hours on that video, frame by frame, and he tracked Fletch.
Wow.
From where he growled at me all the way back to where he stood up.
Dang, dude.
About 60 feet away. And I actually went back to that spot, and he must have been at least 8 feet tall. Because if I stand in that spot, I can't even see over the bushes.
Good grief.
So,
Jesus.
I had done a growl impression on video just to let people know what I heard.
Yeah.
And I would 99% perfect of what I heard. And when I did that growl, you actually see something in the distance, duck, and then slowly come back up. That's what I caught on video, but then Bronzini Bigfoot sent me an email of the handsome feller, which is about 8 feet to my left, peeking out of the tree.
Yeah.
In the same video, uncut, not edited. I don't do any of that stuff. It goes from live to my phone. I add a title, and it goes right to YouTube.
Yeah, I noticed that.
From my phone. And I do that on purpose.
Yeah. That way they can't say you edited out or you added.
Then it's been altered.
Yeah. Exactly.
Been altered.
Yeah.
And I do it like that on purpose. I do all of my videos like that. Lily, Gypsy Child, actually, I was sitting in Foxtail Field one time, and she was watching one of my videos at 25% speed, and she says that she can see something come out of the shadows slightly from the bushes and then go right back in.
Oh, man.
And she sent me those screenshots, and I'm like, that actually looks like Fletch. Actually, I was calling him Devil Boy at the time.
Right.
Only because he's got very chiseled facial features.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it, the name. I just felt it was derogatory. He's not aggressive. He just what he looked. It's just what he looked like.
Yeah.
And I gave her the option to rename. She renamed him Fletch. So his new name is Fletch. Handsome feller is just handsome feller. He's a very typical picture of what you would expect to see a Bigfoot look like.
Yeah.
So I call him a handsome feller. And then Mercy is the red one. Big fuzzy hair. You've seen.
Yeah.
You have a picture of you sitting at the cave with her and handsome feller looking at us from the bushes.
Oh my gosh. Right from where we came from too.
Right? Well, it was a little bit over to the right.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because you could actually see where we mashed down the trail.
I know. That's what's scary.
And they're a little bit off to the right.
Right by that sucker.
They follow me everywhere, man. From the time I get out of my truck to the time I leave, I can hear them. They're waiting. They want their apples. They want their stuff.
You sent me a picture. You want me to put that up? I want to know what
I think I sent you a bunch of pictures from the camping trip, right?
No. Did you? Did you send me more? All right, let me look.
I sent you one today, but I sent you some earlier in the week.
Let me check that out. Because there's so many things that look like.
Those are the ones that Max Powers found.
Oh, he found those?
Max Powers found those, yeah. And that was at the time of the camping trip where we found the big structures.
Yeah.
And it was at the time where we heard something walking through the water. Yeah. Yeah. And he sent like 5 pictures, and you can clearly see the same spot, and you can see movement. That is not there in some of the pictures.
Yeah, I know. So, the next picture, it shows that it's gone.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah. So that with what me and Sasquatch Omega had heard.
And there it is, gone.
Exactly. It's gone. Where'd it go? It walked through the water, it saw us, and it was walking away.
Right. Yeah.
So and that with the big structures we found and doing research on that search and rescue camp that hadn't been used in 2 years.
Oh man!
Not one of those branches in those structures was cut. Not one of them. And that big log that was on the ground that was broken into sections. That log was probably about 13 inches in diameter.
Good night.
And it was not rotted. It was not rotted at all. And that was just snapped like a twig. So, and then we went there, and the whole thing about that camping trip is that wasn't my route. We were going to go along the hillside to where this other hill came down to it, and we were going to go down into the meadow to try and get across. And for some reason, I went straight across and went up the hill. Down the hill, and that's where we found it. I don't know why. I didn't. It's just almost like something was leading me to it. And this has happened to me multiple times. It happened to me in Palm Springs. That was where I started looking into the local areas.
Yeah.
It happened to me in Fawnskin. Random places. Absolutely random. No preconceived plan or nothing. Just random places. I'm just going to go out and just go. And I found 3 structures in Palm Springs that were positioned on ridge tops.
Right.
And from each ridge top, you could see each one of the structures, probably for communication purposes. But if you were down on the trails where a human would be, you couldn't see them.
Oh, wow.
Fawnskin, random area. Just left the parking lot, went up a hill, turned right, started walking, went down a hill, found that big cabin structure that we use for the background of our logo. That place was, I don't go there no more.
Yeah, I bet.
I lost a very expensive 360 game cam up there. That was my first experience with supposed zapping. To a point to where I couldn't remember where I put that trail cam. I literally had to watch my videos. So, that missing a section of, I'd gotten to that cabin structure thing. I had gone to the left, put my regular trail cam where in a spot that looked like something had been sitting. Came back up and then headed back up the hill into the next canyon. That section of memory I was missing from that structure up to the top of that hill is where I was missing memory. Had to watch my own videos to figure out what I did. 6 weeks later, I went back there. Sole goal was to go get that camera. That was it. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
Well, start heading up that hill, and it's completely barricaded with giant logs all the way up.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking 3-4 foot across logs, diameter logs. Just, I mean, I would need a chainsaw to get through it. And I actually started kind of, screw it, I'm going to go. I'm going. So I'm climbing over these logs. I got about halfway up, and I hear, snap, branch break. Immediately after the growl. It was on my right on the hill behind some bushes. I just put up my hands and said, hey, I'm not here to hurt you. I just want my damn camera. That's all. So you got 2 choices. You can let me back there to go get it, or you can go get it for me, and I'll wait here patiently.
Yeah. Wow.
That was when a rock got thrown out.
Oh my gosh. That means it's his camera.
Well, I took that same rock, I threw it back. It threw a bigger rock a little bit closer to me, and I said, I'm cool, you can have the camera.
And the rock.
I'm out. I'm out. So It's cool. Yeah, we're all good. I mean, there was a video on my channel. It's titled "My Wife is the Best" because that was that trip. I was sitting in front of a big log, big tree, big pine tree in the shade, resting after hiking up that hill that got barricaded when I first put the camera out there because she got really sick. And she was sitting in the parking lot in the car with the dogs, sicker than a dog, waiting for me to do what I wanted to do. And, I mean, that was. So I'm sitting in front of that tree, I'm looking around, and you can see impressions of all different sizes, hundreds of them. Hundreds of them.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was just little kids and adults running around on a beach. And I'm going, this is odd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the whole time I was out there, I deliberately do things on purpose. I will walk down in the valleys because I know they like the high ground. I do stuff just to try and make them as comfortable as possible with me being out there. And I could hear them thump, 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 thump on the left. I'll walk a little bit. I'll hear something on the right. Thump, 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 thump. And I'll walk a little more. And thump. They were leapfrogging each other on the ridges as I went down. So they saw me put that camera out there. And I think that's why they barricaded that trail up. Probably because that area where I was sitting, there were children involved.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then news came across the wire that 2 dead bodies were found directly in the middle of that area. And it quickly got swept under the rug. Never heard nothing about it again. All of those videos are also on my channel. And that was when my wife decided for me, you ain't going back to that place. So, that area was actually just west of where Claudia Ackley and her daughter had their sighting. So, it was probably the same group. So, it's been an interesting roller coaster.
I bet.
You know,
and were those logs still there when who went down there? Bronzini,
yeah.
Were the logs still there? Did he say when he went to go get it?
They were. Yeah, he had to. I was actually on phone with him the entire time. And I was like, okay, now go. You're gonna see a big down log towards the back of that structure. He's all, I see it. Go over that log, stand there, look straight up the hill. Go slightly to your right at a 45-degree angle to where the hillside meets the flat spot. He's all, okay, I'm there. Now go straight up. He's all, I can't. There's logs all over because that's the trail I took up to go put my camera out there. And he's like, dude, they barricaded the trail. Yeah, they barricaded the trail on me. And he made it through. He was there at a different time of year. He made it through, and I walked him through the entire thing. And he's okay. Now you're gonna come to this big opening. It's like a round, like conference room kind of thing at the top of that hill where it levels off, and there's gonna be some trees in the middle. He's all, okay, I'm there, and I'm all, okay. Go to the left of those trees, straight out the tree line. You're gonna open up into a meadow. You're right. It opened up into a meadow. Now you see that big pine tree just to the right, about 20, 30 yards away. He's all, yeah, well, that's where I was sitting where I made the video. My wife is the best. Now you see that canyon that goes down that way? He's all, yeah. Walk down that canyon about 100 yards and keep looking to your left. You're going to see a big log with a branch coming up. that's a Y branch. And he did. He walked down. I walked him right to it. And I'm all, that's where my camera was, on that Y branch. He's all, it ain't there.
It's gone.
It ain't nowhere around here.
Damn.
So,
Lost that camera. Damn.
apparently I lost it for a reason.
Yeah.
There was something on there they didn't want me to see.
Yep.
So, and this is a 360 game cam.
Yeah.
Had sensors all the way around it. And whatever sensor got triggered, the camera would swing around and take a picture.
Dang, dude. I want that.
And yeah, it was the only time I had just gotten it. I had just deployed it. Got brand new batteries, brand new SD card. First time ever putting it out. Gone.
Dang.
So,
Wow.
That's
crazy.
It is, huh?
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but that's
No.
that's creepy. Did they say
No.
they had bodies there? That must have been something else than Sasquatch.
Don't know.
Yeah.
The last thing I heard that were special investigators were assigned to the investigation. That's it. There was only a couple things on Facebook or on YouTube. Those quickly got removed. Luckily, I was able to do a video about them before they got removed. They never said how they died. They never said anything. It just got swept under the rug.
Yep.
So,
yeah, they
and
what it was, and you know what it was.
one of the guy, it was a couple. It was a couple from Orange County, a woman from Orange County, and her boyfriend, who was a local of Big Bear, and he lived up there his entire life. Him and his father ran a candle store. His father had cancer. There's no way he's going to go out in the woods and commit suicide over that. He's going to take care of his, all of their friends said no. They were a very loving couple. They loved each other very much. They never fought. There was no reason for them to go out in the woods and commit suicide. So that's off the table.
Right.
Yeah, that's off the chart.
Special investigators get assigned to the investigation and everything goes quiet.
Yep.
Never said how they died. Never said nothing. Nothing on the news. Nothing in the newspapers. Everything on Facebook and YouTube quickly got erased. And that was when my wife decided we ain't never going back there.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. Don't go back there. That's the best thing.
Well, because of my experiences. I mean, I found a fake fire pit. I found leaners. I found that structure. There's two videos. Picnic bench right in the parking lot. There's a tree just to the left of it. There's a bunch of little sticks and a couple of rocks piled up right next to the tree. Right at the picnic table in the parking lot. And then when we went back 6 weeks later, everything was completely different. There were more sticks and more rocks added to it.
That's crazy.
I found all of it's documented on my channel. I've got so many videos. You just really got to scroll down to the bottom and start from the bottom and work your way up. It starts with Palm Springs at the top of Aerial Tramway.
Yeah.
There's those structures, all three of them. And then going to Big Bear. And there's all that. And then I started the whole mountain series thing. And it's gone from doing the research to trying to make friends. It's weird how that's all gone 360 on me, but I'm happy. I'm very happy with the group I'm trying to make friends with. Well, yeah. Other than that one growl.
Yeah.
They
I think that was just on your boundaries, just like
you got a little too close for comfort.
No one goes off trail.
Right. I know.
In my area, no one goes off trail. They all stick to the main road.
Yeah.
And to have someone come walking around a bush,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, of course, I'd growl at him too. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then it just,
Huh.
it's
That little stick structure that you're doing, what are you hoping to get out of that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just felt I needed to do that.
Do some change to it.
Well,
That'd be
no,
pretty-
I mean, maybe they'll add to it. Maybe they'll knock it down. I don't know. But where I built that little stick structure in Mercy Spot,
Yeah.
that dirt deposit
Yep.
wasn't there last week.
Yeah, that's weird. It's there. I saw you looking for a hole underneath, like a gopher. Because usually they'll make a hole and then they'll bury the hole, but it usually doesn't look like that. You can still see the outline of a hole, but then
Because it caves in a little bit.
right. But this
No.
mounted, so
This was carried and dumped.
right. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
And it's the same thing I'm saying over at the Apple stand.
Right.
There was no dirt there. It was all weeds, and then all of a sudden, all these dirt deposits are being
Exactly. Yeah.
dumped. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
In little piles.
Which leads me to think because it's getting hot, they're digging out some sort of cave.
Mhm.
Because we all know that caves
Mhm.
stay fairly consistent
Right.
in temperature between winter and summer.
Right.
So,
And I know they can dig holes and they distribute out the dirt evenly to like a normal, like a bear would do. They would just dig it and dirt would be everywhere. And you can
right, a big pile
But
in
they-
one general area.
evenly. They spread it out and you would never know. I saw
Right.
it on somebody's channel. And there was a hole underneath the rock and it got bigger and bigger. He was like, "Where's the dirt?" So he marked the rock. And then pretty soon that mark was gone. And he dug it away and they're putting it around the rock and making it look like it's part of the rock. And it was like he thought 3 inches more of dirt because they're making that hole bigger and bigger and putting the dirt around.
Yeah,
But very smart.
yeah, very, very smart.
Oh, Christy,
Oh.
grab that cast too. I want you to show that.
Oh,
cast.
you want me to show the cast? Oh
Yeah.
wait, let me throw something in before anything. Have you ever found structures on the ground, like you got two sticks, you know, side by side, 1, 2, and then with the angle of a stick going through it like a sideways H? Have you ever found something like that?
Not in my area. No. You know, I mean, a lot of these places I go, there's just so much down stuff. I think something like that would just look completely natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, in most spots where I found my structures, it was cleared out areas with the two sticks. But let me throw something for a loop for you. Have you ever seen, like, when the planes pass by, they put the chemtrails? Well, I'll tell you, one day I was smoking a cigarette in my truck for lunch. I looked up in the sky. I saw the exact same H with the two lines with the angle.
Huh.
So,
You know, I've heard
Copy that.
other people say that too, that they may mimic
Yeah, they look
what
up
they
and copy
see in the sky on the ground.
That's smart.
wait, let me go get my. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go get my footprint. I'll be right back.
We all know that they do mimic us. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So, you know,
Oh yeah. My things keep calling.
it's
I'll be right back.
Yeah, they do
You
mimic. And I was thinking that too when they had the sky stripes, whatever they call them. Now, what do you call those things anyway?
chemtrails.
Oh, chemtrails, yeah.
Yeah,
And they mimic those with sticks. I heard that too. Never
right.
seen it, but just like your area, it's the same. That there's so much debris on the ground, you can't tell if it's meant to be or
Right. Well, I mean, not yesterday, but the week before, when I was out, I only do videos
Mhm.
on my phone. That's it.
Right.
I'm on my video camera hit record, and that's it. Well, 3 photos popped up on my phone. One of them is of the bush line while I'm sitting in Foxtail Field.
Yeah.
And you could see something that kind of resembles a black fuzzy head sticking out. Another one is of 2 branches in a perfect X.
Wow. That's crazy.
And then the other one is of a different part of that bush line in Foxtail Field.
Wow.
I don't take photos. I don't know where they came from.
Right.
I mean, I've taken videos and had the videos disappear.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, that's weird too.
I don't know. I mean, Max Powers has experienced the same thing.
Yep.
Rachel from Into the Veil.
Yep.
She had photos pop up on her phone too.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, there's Christy's cast. What size is that, Christy?
14 inches.
14. And look how that toad goes to the left. It's like totally.
It's like divergent. Yep.
That's primate. Totally like
Where'd you find that at?
That's cool. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Hold on.
That's when we was on that expedition in National Forest. Kasachi.
Nice.
Oops.
Nice. That's impressive. Very cool.
Yeah, my footprint.
That's one thing I hope for someday and stuff in my area is to get a cast, but when the soil is dry, it's like concrete.
It's like
And
this was in the mud. The first footprint that was found was by Patrick, and it was in the water, and he didn't think that the plaster of Paris was going to work. So I worked my way around the pond area, and that's when I found it was deep in the mud. I'm going, there's another track, yay!
Yeah, for the one that was in the water, what you could have done is taken and made a little wall of dirt around it, and used that water for the plaster. All you had to do was dump the plaster in it and let the water do a thing, because the plaster gets very hot when it's setting, and it would have just evaporated all that water, and you would have a cast.
Well, he did. We didn't think that's exactly what he did, but the water was coming into the footprint instead of putting, like you said, a wall up against it. But I told him, I said, well, hey, he found the right foot, and this is the left foot. So I got a lefty.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
And I believe it's a female too, because the ankle part from the one I told you I found in Mississippi was huge. The heel part,
heel. Yeah.
The heel. This one is skinny, which I think it's a young one. I think she was young. I don't think it was a
young
male.
Female.
Yeah.
Young female. Yeah.
Well, there's a calculation that people have. 14 inches. You cut that in half, and that tells you the height of the being. So it would have been 7 feet.
So yeah.
Which would have been probably older juvenile. You know what I mean? What we would call a teenager.
They said it's like 15% of the foot size.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
So,
but that's pretty good. That's pretty good print there.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Should definitely hang that on your wall and be proud of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I am. I'm very proud of it. Believe me.
Good.
I think you should get a tattoo of the same print on your arm.
I know. I'm not doing that.
The outline of it.
No. Oh, that'd be cool. Somebody said put a turkey baster. That's something to think about.
Hey, there you go.
Max Powers.
Hey.
Good thinking.
Yeah. Toss a turkey baster in your backpack. Doesn't take up much room. It's light. Build that wall up and suck that water right out, huh?
Uh-oh. Your wife wrote me. You're in big trouble too.
Well, I don't know how. She's at work, so.
So she's like, I guess you're not texting her, so. Oh, she's watching you right now.
Oh yeah, I do have text from her.
Yeah.
So,
She said something about being bummed.
I know she won't.
Well, we're gonna have to stay with the hour anyway because I have to go all the way to my sister's and
Yeah, I heard you had an interesting night the other night. I watched it this morning.
man, and I have to go back there right now. I hate it. Oh my god. I'm like,
Wait,
I was last night. I was hoping Rachel would be on the go on there so I can talk to her. But I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? So Christy's like, pray and then go lay down. So I did, and I went lay down, and I just buried my face, covered my head, and I went to sleep. I never looked out again. I was done.
Wait,
Yeah,
you going back there tonight again?
Right after this, yeah, I have to go take care of her dog.
Why can't you bring the dog by your house?
No, not here.
Oscar would probably beat it up.
No, Oscar goes with me. It's just,
Oh,
Yeah.
So he's better. She's better off over there. I'll go take care of her over there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. Well, if you get bored, call me tonight.
Well, no, when I get scared, I will be calling you.
Yeah, call me.
That's why I went live because I'm like, if something happens to me, I want it to be on video.
Definitely not something. I mean, I'll play with Bigfoot all day long. It comes to those ghosts. No,
me too.
Cool. You can have it. You can have it. It's all you, Lewis.
No, that's not all me. I don't want it. But I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it's probably just the old lady that passed away.
It is. I know it.
And that house. You got to think of it like this. She spent how many years in that house?
Long time.
That house means a lot to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
What's really weird is I'm sitting like this. I'm laying on the floor. I have a chair in front of me, and I'm looking at my phone on my stomach, and the light from whatever's behind me disappeared.
Like something was standing over you, blocking out the light.
Oh, what the? And I'm like, against the wall, so I'm like looking around, and I see a little bitty. I don't know what it is, but it's from the hallway where her room is. I can see down the hallway a little light go like that from there to toward the TV, and I'm like, what is that? And that's when I was like, I'm calling Christy now.
Oh, talk to her.
Talk to who?
The lady.
I don't want her to come around. I tell her to just go to bed.
It's her house, man.
I was like, man.
She ain't gonna hurt you.
Hey, you never know. I've seen ghost movies where they threw a brick at somebody. A ghost.
Somehow I don't think she's going to do that.
Maybe not.
I think she's just checking out what you're doing.
I'm gonna call Rachel.
Watching what you're doing on your phone. That's all. Looking over you, going, "What are you doing?"
Oh my God! Don't say that. Oh my God! I'll be under the blanket.
Under the blanket with a flashlight going, texting your sister, "You better get home soon. I can't do this too much longer."
Oh man, yeah. Pappy 2's like stand by for new episodes.
You can always call Ken. Ken will hand the phone over to Rachel, and
yeah, I had my sister close the dang door last night because I was like, "Do not leave with that door open. It's a sliding door." And she goes, "They can go into the door." I'm like, "Well, I'll put a towel down because I ain't coming underneath that door." I'll let you guys know. I'll probably put up another live tonight. Let's see what happens.
Well, I'll be here if you need me.
All right, thank you.
Don't call me.
Damn.
Don't call me.
All right. Well,
I want nothing to do with that part. Nothing to do with it.
You see what Chris said? You see what Chris said?
Movies. Thank God. He's all watched too many Stephen King movies.
You may want to stop at the store and get you some of them adult diapers before you head on up there.
I think so. Maybe she might have some already.
At least it ain't Amityville.
She may get mad at you for using one of them. I mean, them old folk, man, they're pretty cranky about their supplies stuff.
Yeah, I can feel her looking at me. I can feel it. Like, because they have a loft, and there's 2 beds up there, and there's a big telescope because one wall is like all windows. And she's by that scope a lot. But I could see little something moving up there. I don't know what it is, but it's weird. It moves up there. Just that spot. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, don't call me.
Look what Gordo said.
My God. I love all this I'm getting here.
Yeah. He's going to be under the blanket with a flashlight, and all of a sudden there's going to be a hand come.
Yeah. I'm there with me.
You know?
Oh,
so.
He'll be all right. He'll be fine. She ain't going to hurt you.
Yeah. He'll be fine.
She's not.
Just an old lady.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you know her?
No, I don't know her. No, my sister took care of her for a while, and then she died, and nobody lives there now. So the 2 boys told my sister, "Why don't you just stay here? And well, you don't have to pay anything, and then just to watch the house." And then now they're selling it, so it's almost being sold. So she has to be out, I think, in a week. So, which is okay. I mean, I'm happy about that, because then I don't have to be there. But yeah.
But you still got to endure tonight. There's still tonight.
Whatever, man.
Just bring your favorite blankie with you.
I'm bringing my dog.
I mean, Oscar's a Bigfoot dog. He ain't no ghost dog.
Yeah, definitely rest in peace. Yeah, she was a nice lady, though. That's what I heard.
Yeah. So
but it could be different now, that she might be upset that she's not alive. So that's what I'm thinking in my head. Like,
well,
now
when that house gets sold and someone else moves into it, then she'd get upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She probably wanted that house to stay in the family.
Yeah.
Which happens a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The family doesn't want to move into there. They just don't want to deal with it, so they sell it.
Yeah.
You know? And I'd be like, shit, want me to live in there? Pack it up, let's go.
Yeah.
They
showed me pictures that they had in there from a long time ago. I mean, she has a lot of old stuff. Like back in the old days, the pictures weren't like paper; they were metal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
They were framed with like a paper, but they engraved their pictures somehow.
Yeah, it was etched or something on the metal. Yeah, I forget what they're called. There's a certain name for it, but yeah, it's 1800s.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They can still do it today, but
not like the olden days. Yeah.
There would be better quality metals, I think. That would be
better quality metals and better quality etching and stuff. It comes out a lot clearer.
Yeah, and they last a lot longer.
You know what my dad has? My dad has an old picture that was somebody in the family. It's a picture on a roof shingle.
Huh. Really?
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's
it is.
Old.
Yeah.
Old.
That's cool.
Hey.
I'll show it. I'll ask my dad if I could get it next Sunday.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
Show it to you.
That's pretty neat. My sister, she's writing me right now. Are you still planning on coming over? She knows, but I'm like dreading coming over there. Yeah.
Tell her Oscar's sick.
Yeah. What? All right. Well, now we got a new co-host, right? Christy's here. So, and then thanks, Kevin, for coming on as our guest.
Flipping the script, I mean.
So.
I mean, let me tell you, whatever peed in that bag.
That was bad.
Smells
Wow.
horrible.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
it was
Oof.
horrible.
It was in your backpack, leaked in your
and it
backpack.
was, you know what? I put my backpack on yesterday, and I could smell it.
At least you don't.
Ooh.
At least it's behind you when you're walking forward. Just don't walk back
Right. Unless the wind is at my back.
or put the
I
backpack
think
in
that-
the front. And
that's
then
when I smell. Whenever I opened my bag is when I smelled it.
that's
Oh.
disgusting. You know that's from them.
I don't know. I mean, the bag was pinched open.
Yeah, I saw that.
Contents was eaten. And
Yep.
it was peed in.
Yep.
I mean, it was deliberately peed in.
Yeah, and they don't go. They don't go look for a bush to pee in. They just pee wherever they're at.
They wanted to pee in that bag is what they wanted to do. I don't know if it was Mercy or one of the boys, but
Yeah,
it smelled horrible.
Yeah,
Absolutely horrible.
bad.
So,
That's
yeah,
true.
and now because of that, I put a baby food jar in my backpack now.
That's a great idea.
I could have filled that baby food jar up with that urine.
Yeah, a lot of urine in there. Next time, do like this. I make a what do you call it? What do they call those? Those chips.
Oh yeah, the pheromone chips.
Yeah, just let that pee rot up in a jar somewhere. Just leave it closed up, and then use that for a pheromone chip.
Didn't even think about it. I wouldn't want to touch that thing, man.
I wouldn't want to touch it either. That's why I'm glad you have it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I got it in a bigger Ziploc pinned up on the wall back here, but
Okay.
just because it's, I mean, not because it smells, but because of the way it was opened,
Right. Yep.
And
Damn.
I'm gonna save everything that they give me.
Yeah.
They're weird. They give me a little bit, and then they won't give me anything for a couple of times, and then they'll give me something, and then so
Yeah.
they messing with me,
But
but
a little bit at a time.
a little bit, I mean, whatever I can handle.
I want to spoil you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like I want to spoil them, but
Yeah.
I tried doing that, and they didn't touch, peanut butter and rocks and seashells and grapes and apples and everything, man. And all they took were the apples. And those grapes sat there for what, 3-4 weeks?
Yeah. Then they came back.
I hung them on fishing line from a string, and nothing touched them. So I know it's not woodland critters.
Right. Yep.
They would have gobbled those up, man. I literally just cut them down. I had to toss them in the bushes. I got the jar of peanut butter sitting up there, and I'm thinking about trying that again.
Change the top if you can. Change the top if you can. If you can find another peanut butter with a yellow top, and see if that would work.
Yeah, or spray paint or something.
Yeah.
Paint or something.
Well, I don't think they'd like the smell of the paint.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Just switch the top.
The peanut butter's sitting out here, so hopefully all the gases or whatever that the plastic is letting off, maybe they've dissipated a bit. I'll go take them out there next weekend and try it again.
Yeah. Put some peanut butter on top of the.
They wouldn't touch the bucket either when I had the top on it. They had a stick and they were tapping on it. I got that on audio.
Try putting peanut butter on the lid, like she's saying. Try to know what's in there. Maybe. I don't know.
But yeah, it's I took the lid off. I brought the lid home with me. I put more apples and another banana in there, and went back the next weekend. Bucket was empty, and that bag was there, ripped open with urine in it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's something you could try. Try a honey bun. See if they'll touch the honey buns.
Hey. They took the Chex Mix.
Honey bun.
Yeah, I'll do that. I've been told not to give them high sweet,
honey bun's
high
fine.
sugar stuff because they're afraid of rotting out their teeth. But
one honey bun ain't gonna hurt.
I don't think so either.
No.
So yeah. I'll definitely have to try that.
Try the honey bun.
Yeah.
Like trying to call me. She's all paranoid now. Are you coming home? All right, we gotta cut this short. I gotta get going. Dang it. I don't want to go over there.
I'm sorry.
Better you than me. Better you than me.
Right. All right. Well, thanks everybody.
It goes both ways. You take the ghost stuff, I'll take the Bigfoot stuff. So
no, let's trade.
I know. Yeah.
I'd rather take Bigfoot anyway, dude.
You went out there with me, man. The whole atmosphere changed for me, man. It was just real heavy.
Yeah, I know.
After that, it was weird.
Well, that's because you didn't go do what your normal routine. You just took me.
Right. I think it had to do with the routine.
Yeah, we jacked it up.
I don't think it had to do with you, but I think it had to do with not following the normal routine.
Yeah, it threw them off.
Yeah, it threw them off.
Yeah.
And they wasn't happy about that.
Which is why they followed us to the cave going, what the heck are they doing?
Yeah, and that's
Where's
why
the apples
over there, because then they'll be able to get out on me.
So
you're like, Lewis, when I was like, and you turn around, I'm gone.
All right.
He went, yanked me out of there and threw me across the valley.
I'll tell you what, though, man, there was a definite sense of accomplishment sitting in front of that cave, though, when we got there.
I was wore out, dude. I almost died.
Man. I didn't think I was going to make it up that last 15 feet until you threw the rope down to me.
Darn it.
So
it was Lewis's fault there. Thanks, Mac.
What is it? Chris said nothing with cinnamon. Yeah, I don't never heard anybody giving anything with cinnamon in it.
Just you know what's weird is cinnamon. Jeff Friend in Pennsylvania, he takes them little cinnamon candies.
Mm-hmm.
And they take those all the time. From him. But he took a bucket of apples out there and they didn't touch them.
Huh.
So
just preference.
Individual preference.
Right. And I think you would probably like if you took avocado, that would be a break because they probably never tried an avocado. Because there's no avocado trees out there that I know of, is there? Not that I know.
Unless someone's got one in their yard, which is highly possible.
Over here, we're loaded with avocados.
Wow.
Everyone has avocado trees in their yards around here, but I've never seen one up there.
Right, yeah. So that
only them funky little like walnut fruit things. So
yeah.
I don't know what those are, but I think that might have something to do with why their urine stinks so much.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Too. And probably where they drinking from too.
Yeah.
Well, there's a big, huge reservoir there. So I mean, they've got water.
Recycle.
Yeah. I know. There's a couple of houses down in the canyons that have little ponds. So, and there's no fences. It's yard and then hillside.
Okay. Huh. That's crazy.
Wow.
Coffee cake, muffins. Etc. What? Chris was saying.
Oh, he's saying with the cinnamon, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He puts muffins like blueberry or something like that out there for his.
Man, I was like, I want to be out there. He puts the muffins up. I'll eat them.
Right?
He's like, you cannot have them.
It'd be just like a big watching him from the tree line, waiting for him to walk away and be like, got me breakfast. All right. No.
Look for more nails on them.
More muffins.
Yeah. And and that's the Bigfoots have a crazy. They go over there and they bend the nails on them, or push them in, or something like that. That's crazy. Yeah. All right.
You guys. All right. Well,
Yeah. What? What are you doing, Kevin? Are you reading the chat or what? Okay. All right. I gotta go. All right. We're done then.
Well, thank you
You're welcome.
for
And
allowing me to be a co-host. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Anytime. Anytime.
We're gonna have fun.
I think so too. I think we're gonna be a great duo.
Yes, we are.
Trio.
A lot of input, and like I said, I will whatever I do down here in the South, we'll bring on a show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. All right. Thanks.
And plus, I plan on doing a whole lot of camping this year because we can't go to Idaho. So
That's what I was telling her too. I was like,
there'll be a lot of times where I'm not going to be able to do the show. So
Okay. And just me. Cool.
yeah.
I'll fill in for you.
There you go.
there you go.
Okay. Well, the only thing is, when I get to go somewhere, and you guys have, who's going to be doing this?
I guess both of us.
Well, somebody's got to go live.
Well, he's Lewis is he's the brains of the operation. He's the computer geek that sets everything up, man.
Yeah.
I barely know how to upload stuff on my phone to YouTube. So
Christy has a computer, right, Christy?
Yes, I do. It's right there.
Then you're able to go live like this?
You have to show me how to do the StreamYards. I have to add it to my computer and stuff. Maybe you can help me step by step.
During the week, we'll try it out. And then that way we'll go live.
We'll have to.
How many people come in and see how it runs and see if it's
We could
lag.
do that. Sit down one night and go through it, you know?
Yeah, we'll just act like we're doing like this, but do it on a different night.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, just to try it out.
All
right.
Try it out.
I got.
All right, well, everybody have a wonderful, blessed night. Everybody in the chat room as well. Louis, if you get scared, call me.
I'll call Kevin too.
Well, thank you for having me as a guest tonight. It was great talking to y'all, and
all right.
I'll definitely I'll share whatever else findings I get in the future with you.
See you later.
See y'all later.
Bye.
Good night.